Good morning and welcome, Bishop Murphy, Brother Damien, members of the Board of Trustees, Brother Gary, members of the administration and faculty, parents, families, and friends, and last but certainly not least, the class of 2018. Now, to be honest with all of you, I cried after my first day of freshman year. And I'm going to cry again at some point today if I haven't already. The only difference is, 4 years ago I cried because I didn't know what lied ahead. Today I'll be in tears because I know what I'm leaving behind. I've never felt this attached to a place or group of people like this besides my own family. Although, I guess St. Anthony's does have a little bit more of my actual family in it than most could say. But I digress. In all seriousness, no matter how cliche it sounds, St. Anthony's is my home now, and I hope all 500 plus of my classmates could say the same. I don't quite remember what my life was like before this school, so it's absolutely amazing to me that people who had never met just 4 years ago can now look around and see some of their most beloved friends. Hundreds of unique faces and experiences coming together to one place every day, just waiting to see one another. Every waking moment of our past have culminated to this ceremony here today. We've laughed together, we've mourned together, we've grown up together. Ladies and gentlemen, that's not just a school, that's a home. When we were younger, we didn't quite understand it. And sadly, we didn't get to understand it until one foot was already out the door. I could go on and on about all the gifts St. Anthony's has given me, but look around. Because contrary to what you might be shown in an open house tour or in an issue of the Friar Focus, what makes St. Anthony's great is not just the multi-million-dollar science labs or student center, but in fact all the people that work and live here every day. And not one of those people ever take. There's only give here. Have you ever noticed that? Each person, even beyond those walking around in habits, pours their heart and soul out for one another, never once thinking about themselves. And that's what the church is all about. We give so that others might one day receive. If there's any prime representation of this, then I know it's here at St. Anthony's. Our search for knowledge and pursuit of happiness are different journeys, but sometimes, just sometimes, their paths link. And this school is one of those slight, almost momentary instances where you find a crossroads. Where it goes next, maybe we don't know, but where we walked along for the past few feet had to have been the right way. One quick story for my classmates before I go further. I think it's easy to forget sometimes that success is not just what we show to the world on a podium like this. Success is every experience and hardship we face leading up to that podium moment. And all of you have that, so you should be proud. Now, I'm not sure how many of you ever got anxious or stressed out about school, but I certainly did and still do. One day, way back in freshman year, I was naturally frantically emailing Mr. Zanni about To Kill a Mockingbird or some other such minor thing. What I asked, I don't even remember. And to be honest, it was probably unimportant both then and now. What's important and what stuck with me is that short reply I got from Mr. Zanni. 2 simple words I'll never forget. Just breathe. So whatever you're stressing about in life over the next few years, academics, theater, sports, jobs, family, etc., just take a minute to breathe. Because what's troubling you right now might not be worth the energy to even think about in a year, a month, or even a week. And best case scenario, that little pang of anxiety washes away and becomes the source of your joy one day in the future, like high school was for myself, as I'm sure it was for many of you too. So if there's only 2 words you take away from this speech, remember, just breathe. Now, Brother Gary probably isn't going to enjoy what I have to say next, but I promise it'll turn out okay. As some of you may know, I am attending a Jesuit institution for the next 4 years. However, I'll be sure not to forget that it was the Franciscans who first captured my heart. But give me a few years, St. Anthony's. I'll be back, just like the others. To conclude, I'd like to give one enormous thank you to every teacher, brother, and staff member that makes this school what it is, and for getting us here today. With special thanks to Mr. Lou Cordina, who helped me make sure I wouldn't look like a newborn colt while on stage delivering this speech. Thank you to our moms and dads, and anyone else in our family that went through the effort of sending us here. Rest assured, it was definitely the right decision. Thank you in particular to my mom and dad, Jen, Steve, Matt, and every other member of our extended Roveto family, because Lord only knows we multiply each minute. And thank you, my fellow classmates, for making my experiences here unforgettable. I appreciate you all listening, and congratulations, class of 2018. God bless.